Russian invaders forbidden to retreat under threat of being shot, Intercept shows.
Here's a summary of the article.
The 19th of September, 2:42 p.m. According to intelligence data, Russian troops tried to conduct a counter-offensive on Ukrainian positions in the Bakhmut area. Artillery and multiple launch rocket units of the 4th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade of the 2nd Russian Army Corps carried out the attack. Enemy units began to withdraw from their firing positions after Ukrainian defense forces returned fire and began to advance. In order to stop their forces retreating, Russian commanders were forced to once again remind their subordinates about the prohibition against voluntary withdrawals from positions, as well as about the possibility that rear-blocking units might open fire on them, the intelligence said. At the same time, they refer to Commander's Order No. 222, reads the report. Apparently, it is analogous with Stalin's infamous Order No. 227 of June 28, 1942, according to which Soviet soldiers were shot at to retreat. Loading.
This post received a score of 54,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
So, press forward and surrender. Got it.
That's one of the reasons the Russian High Command encourages atrocities against POW. It makes their own soldiers think, what are they going to do me if I surrender?
This isn't uncommon in history, but as another example, it's a big part of how Imperial Japan pressed its soldiers to commit such atrocities and never surrender. Taken to the extreme, some would refuse to even come home after the war had ended, because the social stigma of surrender was so untenable. They'd execute their own families and commit suicide in certain Pacific atoll bases. The Allies eventually wouldn't even take them as POWs because they'd have a live grenade or knife waiting. It's a good way to drive humanity to their absolute worst.
I remember watching a video of a Japanese woman jumping off a cliff with her infant in her arms because she was so convinced the Allies would do terrible things to them.
I think that was Tarawa. Edit. It was Saipan.
It also happened extensively in Okinawa. Edit. There were mass civilian suicides on Okinawa. The island of Zamami, which precluded the Okinawa invasion, saw 180 out of only 404 civilians commit suicide.
Saw the one on Okinawa, the documentary. Might be saddest thing I saw. A woman threw her baby off the cliff's edge as hundreds of Japanese were committing suicide by jumping. A soldier from the Allies prevented her from jumping. She was taken back away from the cliff's edge to where Allied soldiers were caring for Japanese civilians. The witness said could practically hear her head snap with dissonance upon realizing she had killed her daughter and the Allied soldiers weren't evil towards the Japanese civilians.
I'd consider that a new reason to jump. I don't think I could go on living with myself after that.
Honestly, it probably would have been kinder to let her jump in the circumstances rather than live her whole life knowing what she did for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, not gonna sugarcoat shit here. Back when I was in the army, if I saw a mother throw their baby off a cliff and she gave me the impression she was going to jump, I'm probably letting her follow through. I wouldn't want to carry that memory with me for the rest of my life as a witness. I can't imagine carrying the guilt of doing the action after realizing I was completely misinformed.
Hey, I've seen this one before. It's a classic.
Putin. What do you mean? It's a brand new strategy.
Look at the word test there, on the wall. That's brand new.
Oh, I'm sure this will turn out well.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.